Here we have a review of the Figma Max Factory Nezuko Kamado DX Edition or Deluxe Edition from Demon Slayer. On the front of the packaging we do have a nice shot of the figure. On the side we just have the name and DX Edition. On the back we have several nice promo shots, some legal at the bottom. And on the other side, here we have the accessories for Nezuko. So on the left we do have the standard accessories, and on the right we have the Deluxe Edition or DX Edition accessories. For the Deluxe Edition accessories we do have this starry happy effect with the display arm for that. We have the wooden box for carrying the little Nezuko. We have the enraged demon hand and an alternate face as well. For the standard accessories we do have alternate skirt flaps. So these are wider skirt flaps that you can put on the figure for more action poses. We do have the display stand and arm, as well as an additional arm head for displaying your figure at different angles. We have an alternate wrist peg or extra wrist peg, and then 8 pairs of alternate hands. So we do have closed fisted hands, open gripping hands, open neutral hands, and then demon hands. And with the standard edition you do get the demon face as well, and for all the faces the scroll does come out of the mouth. If you pull back on that you can take that scroll out, and then you have the clean view of the face. This demon face does have a lot of nice detailing on it. You do have the veins popping out of the top and some nice detailing on the teeth, as well as some really cool looking eyes. Now for the Deluxe Edition accessories, so we have the sort of blank looking face, which again, you can take this mouthpiece out. Should be able to. Actually, it looks like for this face, you cannot take that out. So the scroll is secured into this face and you can't remove it on that face. We have the enraged demon hand, which I will say that the color for this is a bit bright. It's very fluorescent orange, and it doesn't quite look as clean or subtle as the box art has it looking. So I wish they made this a bit more subtle instead of so bright and fluorescent, but it is a cool accessory. The wooden box, so you can put this on Tanjiro, does open, so you can put the little Nezuko figure in there, and it has a nice little peg in there so you can display the box at various angles as well. And then this starry happy effect, which just slips into that, and you can attach this onto the arm for the figure display. Now reviewing the actual figure, so we do have some soft plastic on these front strands of hair, which is really nice, so you can move those around. The back of the hair is articulated, so you can get some great dynamic poses with the hair there. Lifts up, it also twists a bit as well. For the head articulation, we can look down pretty far. Backwards, not really at all. We're restricted, not just, even if you lift that up, there's some solid pieces of hair under there, so it's not really going to look up at all. For our arm articulation, you can lift up a little more than 90 degrees. Spinning around, you can technically do a 360, but it's a bit awkward when you get into that upward range. The elbow, you can do 90 degrees there. Full swivel for the wrist. So pretty good range there. Now when we get to this middle torso, it gets a bit weird. So this middle sash is a separate piece, but it doesn't go fully around. Yeah, you can see it cuts off there, and if you lift it up, it gets really ugly really quickly. You can see it even better if you lift up the jacket on the back side. There's really no torso. It's completely exposed, and they thought they could hide it with the jacket, and in most cases you can, but if you want to do something dynamic like this, and you want to display from the side or even the rear, you're seeing the inner workings of this, which is not great. I wish they put a little bit more effort into that. Same with looking up from like under the skirt, like right here at the top of the hips, you can see in there. Oh yeah, if we pull it apart, you can just see everything. So it's not great. It's not great at all. It's really bad actually. With that though, I mean, you do have good ab crunch because there's nothing there. Backwards, can't really bend backwards. There's too much going on back here. The side of the jacket does lift up, side of the skirt does lift up, but when you do lift it up, it again gets weird. So you're probably going to be cautious with how much you lift it up because you start exposing a lot of stuff that way. For our legs, does fully extend out to the side. Backwards, if you lift everything up, you can get pretty far back, but I don't know that you're going to. Forwards, you can get pretty far forwards, all the way 90 degrees. The knee does go a little bit more than 90, and then your toe and your ankle, and then I think is there a toe crunch? No, there's no toe crunch on that. Yeah, so I'm not pleased with this torso region. It's bad. But the sculpting on the figure does look really nice. Sculpting on the kimono and the sash, the belt there, all looks great. The paint app is pretty clean. The detailing on the face is really nice. Swapping out the face, should be able to pop that right off. And then the should come out of the bangs, yeah. It just lifts up there. And we can swap the face, and just like the gradient teeth, you can display this with or without that scroll there. Putting it back together, should be able to snap that in. Can just pop that back in. So pretty easy to remove the faceplate. Again, paint app is good, looks really clean. Articulation is weird. The hips, they're even low too. It's not where your hips are. If you're wearing a kimono and a belt, your hips are a bit more like middle of the belt or sash, and these are just way low, which they have to keep any articulation, but it's, yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. Overall though, it does look nice. It's going to display nice until you get into some of those dynamic poses, I think, but it's still going to display fairly nice. Now for our height, Nezuko does stand at about 5 1/4 inch. And for our size comparisons, here we have Tanjiro next to Nezuko. And here we have Nezuko next to the Figure Arts Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and the Figure Arts Yuji in Sukuna form from Jujutsu Kaisen. And here we have her next to the One Shot Toys Spirit Detective, aka Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho, and the Dawson Genos from One Punch Man. And here we have her next to the Revoltech Bash the Stampede from Trigun, and the Black Series Commander Cody. Overall, Nezuko is an okay figure. The articulation, and especially that waist-torso joint system, leaves a lot to be desired, but the paint application and the details are there. The deluxe edition comes with a lot of accessories, and it's going to help you complete the line if you are looking to get all of the Demon Slayer figures. So for that reason, I do recommend it, but have your expectations set with what you're going to get.